Have you ever been absolutely certain about a fact, only to find out later that the world remembers it completely differently? Maybe you recall a famous movie line word for word, but when you watch it again, it's not there. Or you remember a product logo looking one way, only to discover it's always been another. What if these moments aren't just faulty memory, but evidence that you've slipped between alternate realities? Stay tuned, because today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and unnerving mysteries of modern culture, the Mandela Effect. And by the end of this video, you might start questioning the very fabric of your reality. The Mandela Effect is a term coined in 2009 by paranormal researcher Fiona Broom. It refers to a phenomenon where large groups of people remember an event, fact, or detail differently than how it actually occurred in our recorded history. The name comes from Broom's realization that she, along with many others, distinctly remembered Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. In reality, Mandela was released in 1990 and passed away in 2013. The shock wasn't just that she remembered it differently. It was the sheer number of people who shared the exact same memory. Since then, countless examples of the Mandela Effect have surfaced, sparking debates about memory, psychology, and the possibility of alternate timelines. Consider one of the most famous cases, the line from Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Many fans quote Darth Vader saying, "Luke, I am your father." But if you watch the actual scene, he says, "No, I am your father." Despite this, generations of fans remember it the other way. Another example is the children's book series, The Berenstain Bears. Or is it the Berenstain Bears? Millions of people recall the spelling with an EIN ending, yet every physical copy reads Berenstain with an I. Then there's the Monopoly Man, whom many remember wearing a monocle, but he never did. Curious, isn't it? These collective false memories raise a chilling question. Why do so many unrelated people share the same incorrect memories? Is it just a psychological quirk, or is there something deeper at play? One scientific explanation points to the malleability of human memory. Research shows that our memories are not fixed recordings, but are reconstructed each time we recall them. During this process, inaccuracies can creep in, influenced by social interactions, popular media, and personal beliefs. Over time, a widely held but incorrect version of a memory can become more popular than the actual fact. However, not everyone is convinced that faulty memory is the sole explanation. Some theorists suggest that these discrepancies could be evidence of parallel universes. According to the multiverse theory, countless alternate realities exist alongside our own, each with slight or significant variations. In one, Nelson Mandela might have died in the 1980s. In another, the Monopoly Man sports a monocle. Occasionally, these realities might intersect, causing people to remember details from a timeline they no longer occupy. This idea isn't just science fiction. In quantum physics, the many-worlds interpretation proposes that every possible outcome of a quantum event occurs in a separate, branching universe. While this theory primarily operates at the subatomic level, some speculate that if consciousness is connected to quantum processes, it could occasionally perceive or even shift between alternate timelines. If this sounds implausible, consider the double-slit experiment in physics. When particles are fired at a barrier with two slits, they behave differently depending on whether or not they are being observed. This suggests that observation itself can alter reality at a fundamental level. Could it be that collective human consciousness has the power to shift or perceive alternate versions of reality? Let's take a moment to consider some more examples of the Mandela Effect that might make you question your own memories. Do you recall the famous cartoon character Pikachu from Pokemon? Many people distinctly remember Pikachu having a black tip on his tail, but in every official image, his tail is completely yellow. Or how about the famous line from the movie Forrest Gump? Most people quote it as, "Life is like a box of chocolates," yet the actual line is, "Life was like a box of chocolates." In Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the evil queen says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." But watch the movie again. She actually says, "Magic mirror on the wall." These examples might seem trivial, but the emotional response they trigger in people, a sense of cognitive dissonance, is what makes the Mandela Effect so fascinating. It challenges our perception of reality and our trust in memory. So what's really happening here? Is it faulty memory, mass suggestion, or evidence of alternate timelines? Some researchers argue that the Mandela effect could be an emergent property of the internet age. With information traveling rapidly across the globe, false memories can spread like wildfire, reinforced by memes, social media, and viral content. The collective reinforcement of a false memory could lead to widespread belief in an alternate version of history. Yet, this doesn't fully explain why people have detailed, emotionally charged memories of events that supposedly never happened. Why do some individuals feel so certain about memories of entire speeches, events, and products that no record supports? Another intriguing theory involves the concept of simulated reality. Philosophers and scientists like Nick Bostrom have proposed that our universe might be an advanced simulation. If so, occasional glitches or rewrites in the simulation's code could account for collective memory discrepancies. Just like bugs in a video game, these anomalies might create alternate recollections in the minds of those affected. While we can't conclusively prove this, the idea raises profound philosophical questions. If reality can be altered, or if multiple versions of it exist, what does that mean for our sense of identity, free will, and destiny? Are we simply characters in a cosmic program, occasionally aware of its code changes? If you've experienced a Mandela Effect moment, you're not alone. In fact, I'd love for you to share your experiences in the comments below. What's one detail you remember vividly that turned out to be different from how it actually is? Let's see how many alternate memories we collectively hold. Beyond the theories, the Mandela Effect also offers valuable lessons about the nature of reality. It reminds us that our perceptions are not infallible. Memory is subjective, influenced by countless factors, both internal and external. It teaches us to question what we accept as fact and to remain open to mysteries we don't fully understand. Moreover, it challenges the modern notion of a fixed, objective reality. Quantum physics, consciousness studies, and ancient spiritual teachings all hint that reality is far more flexible and interconnected than we realize. What if our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions shape not only our personal experiences, but the very fabric of reality itself? Consider how cultures throughout history have spoken of parallel worlds, spirit realms, and alternate dimensions. Indigenous shamans, Eastern mystics, and Western philosophers alike have described encounters with other realities. Could the Mandela Effect be a modern manifestation of this ancient wisdom, surfacing in the digital age? It's worth noting that many Mandela Effect experiences involve childhood memories. Psychologists suggest this could be because early memories are particularly malleable, shaped by stories, media, and family traditions. However, others argue that children might be more attuned to alternate realities before being conditioned to accept a singular, fixed version of the world. If you're intrigued by the Mandela Effect and the concept of alternate timelines, you might be wondering, is there a way to consciously navigate these realities? While there's no scientifically validated method, some spiritual traditions suggest practices like meditation, lucid dreaming, and reality-shifting exercises. These techniques aim to expand consciousness and increase awareness of multiple dimensions of reality. Lucid dreaming, for example, involves becoming aware that you are dreaming and consciously influencing the dream's events. Some practitioners believe this state offers access to alternate versions of reality. Similarly, meditation can quiet the analytical mind and open awareness to subtle shifts in perception. Another concept gaining popularity online is the idea of reality shifting, intentionally moving one's consciousness to an alternate reality. While skeptics dismiss this as fantasy, those who practice it report vivid, immersive experiences in worlds that differ from their waking reality. Whether or not these experiences are genuine, they speak to a deeper human desire to explore the unknown and to transcend the limitations of linear, objective reality. As we wrap up this journey into the Mandela Effect, let's reflect on what it reveals about the human experience. At its core, this phenomenon isn't just about misquoted movie lines or misspelled brand names. It's about the fragility of memory, the nature of consciousness, and the tantalizing possibility that reality is far stranger than we've been led to believe. So what do you think? Are we merely victims of faulty memory, Or are these glitches evidence of a multiverse? Could we be living in a simulated world with occasional hiccups in its code? Or are these moments gentle reminders from the universe that reality is more fluid and mysterious than we can comprehend? Drop a comment below and let's open this conversation. Share your Mandela Effect experiences and theories. I'd love to hear what alternate memories you're carrying. And if you've enjoyed this exploration into one of the internet's most mind-bending mysteries, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've only scratched the surface of reality's deepest riddles, and there's so much more to uncover together. Remember, whether we live in one timeline or infinite, you have the power to shape your reality. Stay curious, question everything, and keep exploring the unknown. Until next time.